Hello there everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and we are here today with a collab with Kitty Cat Beauty. Today we're going to be talking about our 5 current favorite high-end cruelty-free makeup items. Last week we did the drugstore version of this video, and then she texted me a few days later after that video and she was like, hey, do you want to do a high-end version? That she was going to do it, and I was like, yup. So if you don't know, all in February I did only drugstore focused videos. So after a full month of focusing on drugstore products in my videos and in real life, I was super excited to dive into my collection and try some new stuff and rediscover some high-end things. So a couple of these are new to me. Some are rediscovered favorites. Actually, they're not all that rediscovered. Most of it's new-ish, even on the market. So I cannot wait to see what Kat mentions, because she always mentions something that I'm going to want. Either the way she talks about it, it's an indie brand or something like that. So definitely go check out her video. I will link it down below, of course, in the description box. But let's get started with my top 5 current favorite cruelty-free high-end makeup items. I have 5 things to mention. One of them is 2 things, because I wanted to mention these 2 palettes, but I didn't want to take up 2 slots in the 5. Anyway, let's talk about the palette. So, first up is this Melt Cosmetics Radioactive palette. I love this palette so much. So, the way that it's made and the way that this looks is probably one of my favorite, like, packagings ever. I love the packaging and what they did with this palette. I love all the colors on it. They even, like, took into account the sides. I love the way that they put it together. So, if you haven't seen this before, it is just a rainbow palette. The formula is so great in here. They're pretty much all mattes. There are a little bit, I don't know if you can see, there's a few little sparkles in some of the shades, but not enough to make them a shimmer. It's just, I don't know, it's just a little bit of sparkle. You can't really see it on your eye or anything, but for the most part, I feel these all perform as mattes. And Melt knows what they're doing with their matte formula. It's so good. And these colors are so blendable. I love this so much. So one of the things I feel a lot of people tend to do, I do it myself all the time, with a palette like this, is the need to use just this palette. You know, you don't have to buy a rainbow palette and do only rainbow colored looks. I reach for this all the time as singles. I reach for this when I want a really great, what are you doing? He's chewing on a disgusting toy on the ground. I thought he was chewing on something else. Anyway, I reach for my dog, that's what I'm talking about. I reach for this all the time when I want a pop of orange, a really great yellow, a beautiful, wonderful purple, this great teal here. So I reach for this for pops of color, or even just a whole lid shade. I'm not wearing it today, I'm wearing something else. But I have been wearing this a lot lately as different pops of color. I don't reach for this to do a whole rainbow look. I've tried it. I don't know how to put the colors together. I don't know how to use a whole bunch of different shades and make it look good. Some people do. That's great for them. But one of the ways that I love to use this, obviously, like I said 10 times just now, is as singles. Love this formula. Love this palette. And I've been enjoying it so much. And I just love looking at it. It's so pretty. The second palette, this is the one I'm wearing today, is this one from Sugarpill. It's called Capsule Collection. Look how cute this is. Look how cute. Excuse me. So it is a very cool looking palette here. This is what it looks like. This is what I'm wearing today. So oddly enough, I've been following Sugarpill for what seems like 15 years, literally, for a long time. And I know it's been over 10 years at least. I've never tried them before. I've just always been such a big fan of the way the brand does their stuff. Like even before Instagram was a thing, I was following them on their website, following her in magazines, wherever I could find Shrinkle, who's like the owner and creator of the brand, I would follow her because I just loved what she was doing with her brand, and I just loved everything about it. Never tried it before. Until now, I bought this at Ulta, and it's beautiful. So I love the design of this. It's also another palette, like A+ with the packaging. They have 2 versions of this. This was the only one available in store. They have another one, I think, online coming soon, as far as what I saw recently. So this is what I'm wearing today. I have this one here called Glory, just on the lid. This is the only shade in the palette I don't really care for, called Dream State. It's so soft. It's almost too soft to use. Like, to touch it with your finger, like, immediately starts crumbling and, like, moving around everywhere. To get it on a brush was so difficult. Lots of fallout, lots of glitter everywhere. Not a big fan of that shade, but the rest of this palette is wonderful. I have this purple on the lower lash line, kind of faded by now because it's been a long day. On the inner corner, I have a little bit of this one here called Supernova. Just something really basically pink today. Love this formula so much, except that one. Don't care for that one too much. Blendable, beautiful. I love this a lot. I'll swatch a few for you. They're really, really great. I feel like that pink one could even be like a, there's a couple there. The yellow one isn't my favorite yellow ever. It's this one right here. This one, obviously the one yellow. It's okay. Not the most pigmented yellow ever. You know, a little bit of flakiness. But as far as everything else goes, I love this formula a lot, especially the mattes. They're so good. Blendable. They go well together. Really such a big fan of this palette. But again, kind of like the other one, I don't feel the need to use this whole palette. I feel like sometimes when like a palette comes out and you're like, I'm wearing this palette today, but in reality, like you're only wearing one shade or two shades like I am today. I'm still using the palette, but I'm not, you know, you're trying to use 10 different shades. I want to reach for this when I want to wear a great, beautiful, blendable blue or that beautiful shimmery teal. I don't want to use just this one palette all the time, you know, but I love it. I've been having so much fun with this palette. This is a great first impression as far as Sugarpill goes, and I'm super thrilled with this. I love it. It's awesome. The second thing I've been loving is this sponge from Tarte. I don't remember what the sponge is called. I will list it down below. I used it this morning. This came in a set. I bought the Rainforest of the Sea foundation, and it came with this sponge. And I really liked it, and then I put it away because I was using my Real Technique sponges, and then my dog ate it. Now I have this. I love this. Like, this is, I almost want to repurchase it after I use it up. I mean, you know, after it's all worn up. This little pointy part here, I've been loving for going around the nose. And then this flat part here, it just blends everything super fast. It's just so wide and so perfect. I love this point here. For going under the eyes. Like that eyeshadow had fallen out all over my eyes this morning, and I kind of was like trying to dab it away when I put a little more concealer here to kind of cover it up. I love this point, and it's just so great. I love this sponge a lot. Is it worth how much it is? I feel like if I bought this, it'd probably be at least $15 or $20. I have to look it up. I'll list it down below with the price because I'm curious to see what it is too. But I've been loving it a lot more than I thought I was going to love it. It's just something about this point that I'm just like loving. This flat end, love this sponge a lot. The next thing is an eyeliner. This is the third thing, right? 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is from Urban Decay. It's the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. So this is not new, of course, to Urban Decay, but I got this. It came with this, the primer potion, a single eyeshadow, a couple of different things for Urban Decay as a 500-point perk from Sephora. And I wasn't that excited to use the pencil because I love the Revlon pencils that I have. I love the Pixie one I just bought. And so I was like, another pencil. But I've been using it, and I love it. I actually had to sharpen it because I used so much of it. I mean, okay, I sharpened it, big deal. But I had to sharpen it because I used it all the way flat. I did reapply this before the video. It wears very, very well. It glides on super easy. It's very black. And I have had a few of these pencils in the past. And I think they're good, but they're not that amazing where I feel like I need to go buy all of them. And also, for some reason, one of them was really irritating my eyes, so I kind of stopped using them because I thought maybe something in the formula changed, making my eyes super, super red and stingy. This is the shade called Zero, I just noticed. But this hasn't irritated my eyes at all. It wears fine. At the end of the workday, like, it doesn't look like I freshly applied it. It looks obviously worn. So this is one that I do like to reapply halfway through my workday, which I don't mind. It does pull a little bit here after you freshly apply it, but not so. You just kind of do this and it's gone. It doesn't transfer all down here or anything. It does kind of migrate to the lash line and not stay in the waterline, which I don't mind as long as I still have the black line there. That's all I really want. I'm loving this pencil so much. I almost want to go buy another color. I don't know. Loving this. I love this a lot. It's awesome. The fourth, I went back and forth between mentioning this and this powder. And I kind of want to just do the powder because I did a video on this lip gloss. The Kosas Wet Oil Lip Gloss. Love it. That's all I got to say. I did a video on it. I can't stop using it. But I don't want to talk about that in the video. I'm going to talk about the powder instead. So this is the Becca hydra-mist Set and Refresh Powder. This is awesome. So I got this in, I think I typed in a code on Sephora's website and it came with like a bag of samples. This was one of them. I love this powder. It's so weird and so cool. It's so finely milled. Like it almost like feels like nothing when you touch it between your fingers. It has like a little mesh little thing right here. I think I want to put some on just for fun. Let's get this brush. I washed all my brushes last night. Now they feel like they're too soft. A little bit of wear on a brush I think makes them a little better. So this powder, I really only like it for under my eyes. Oh, it's so weird. So it actually feels cooling. It's not like super cold or anything, but it's just a nice experience. I wonder how they got the powder to do that. I have no idea. But I really have been enjoying this. I've been enjoying putting it under my eyes just for fun. I don't usually love powder under my eyes, but I love the way that this wears. I love the way it looks. It doesn't look like I put a ton of powder on, does it? No. It's super thin. It looks great. It feels great. It wears great. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like powder. I have been liking this so much. It's definitely lived up to the hype I created in my own head, and I really like it a lot, and yes, love it. Would I buy a full size when I run out? I don't know if I'm going to miss it when I run out, but so far I'm really liking this experience. The last thing. Oh my gosh. Talk about a princess product. This is the most princessy thing I think I've ever purchased, and it's a fan. It's this fan from Patrick Ta. So I got this at Sephora. This is a fan. I've been wanting this for so long. I would go look at it all the time. They don't have like a tester out where you could try it out or anything. But I would just hold it, carry it around with me, and then put it back when, oh, I changed my mind, I'll get it later. Because it's not that any of this stuff's a necessity by any means, by anyone's means. But this is like, I just wanted it so badly, and I finally went and bought it. It is made in China, which was kind of disappointing. It did smell super cheap when I took it out of the box, like that cheap glue smell, like Morphe smells. That's how this smelled when I pulled it out of the box. Very disappointing. Also, when you fold it back, it doesn't fold immediately together. You got to kind of help it out. But it feels very well constructed, and I don't think I'm going to like break it or anything. Just take care of it. This feels really good. These little wood panels here are great. It has these little, it feels like maybe aluminum on the ends here. And this is just like for fanning your setting spray. No one needs this. But look, here I am with it. And I love it so much. I saw Kitty Cat Beauty whip out a fan one day in one of her videos, just like this. Like she flipped, I've been trying that. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. But she flipped out a fan one day and fanned her setting spray. And I was like, I want something like that. And I bought this. I love so Patrick Ta is a makeup artist and has a small line at Sephora. All of his packaging looks like this. Like it's this really beautiful blush colored. And I just love the color of this. It's great. Been using it every day. I look forward to it every day. I cannot wait to put setting spray on just so I can use this fan. Usually I just use my hands or I grab like a pamphlet or a piece of paper. It delivers the same amount of air, but this is just like, I want it. Like I never want to be without it now. So that is it, my friends. Those are my 5 current favorite cruelty-free makeup items I have been loving so much. I know I mentioned 6 or maybe 7 things, but there's only 5. Don't tell anyone. Anyway, go check out Kat's video. I can't wait to see what she mentions. Let me know some high-end makeup products you have been loving recently. I would love to know what they are. And we're going to be doing a skincare version of this video tomorrow, our high-end skincare favorites that are cruelty-free. Can't wait to see what she mentions. And yep, that's it. Thanks so much for watching this video. Oh, look, there's my dog right there. And I will see you later in another one. Bye!